Hello everyone, my name is Tila Raja. Today I'm going to start talking about how to speak clearly and confidently in 7 easy steps. Now, as a young kid, I really hated talking. And I'm not talking about public speaking. I'm talking about standing up in class, reading out aloud, contributing to team discussions, presenting my little project in front of classmates in uni. Little things like that, which are not quite public speaking, but I absolutely hated doing them. Wonder if you've had the same experience. And the main reason was because I wasn't speaking, or I thought I wasn't speaking clearly and confidently. So, here are 7 steps that I have developed that will help you, and it's certainly helped me, in becoming a clear, confident speaker. Step number 1 is focus on your breathing. Now the breath is the underlying tool for your speech, right? It's the most important. A fast, rapid, fast-paced, shallow breathing is really not good for speaking. What it makes the speaker sound is they sound fast-paced, they sound nervous, they sound anxious. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just used to speaking really fast. But a fast breath rate and shallow breathing will result in you losing your breath or sounding breathless when you're talking. So, a good idea and good way to train yourself to be nice and calm when you're speaking is to practice diaphragmatic breathing. What does diaphragmatic breathing mean? It just means you inhale through your nose, get your tummy to expand, and exhale through your mouth and your tummy goes in. So it's a bit opposite to how you normally would breathe. It's using less of your chest and more of your abdomen. So your rib cage can expand to the side when you're breathing in, and it contracts when you're breathing out. Try that for a couple of breaths before you start speaking and notice the confidence you feel, the calmness you feel. If you don't want to do that yet, practice it when you're reading out aloud without anyone in front of you. See the impact it has on you. And then you'll know what I mean. So number 1, breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. Number 2, posture. We all have our postures, how we sit, how we stand, how we sleep, how we walk. That's all very important. Now, when you are presenting, I'm sure all of us have been told to stand up straight and, look like you're paying attention when you're presenting, even when you're seated down. I would say, my only caution against that is you want to ensure you're not standing and locking your knees. So try that for yourself. Stand up and see if you're locking your knees. That means if your knees are super dead straight, like you're in the military. And then try loosening your knees a little bit and then seeing how that feels. That should feel a lot more comfortable because a bit of a relaxed knee helps you with your breathing and helps you with your posture. It doesn't make you look super straight. Makes you look straight enough. Okay, so focus number 2 on your posture. Do not lock your knees. Point number 2. Number 3, focusing on your throat or your larynx, which is the place where your vocal cords live. Now, what is so important about that? Everything. What you want to sound when you're speaking is you want to sound nice and relaxed. You want to have vocal cords which are nice and not constricted. Now, when I mean constricted, it's a bit like this. I've literally tightened, I don't know if they can see with my hair, it's like that. I've tightened my throat area. Oh, that was hard work. And that really doesn't help with your voice, not with projection, not with sounding confident or even clear. So you want to look at how you can relax your throat area, so you relax your vocal cords. You can do a couple of exercises, and one of them is, starting to speak with a smile. That really helps because it helps to open up the space and helps you get a more resonant voice. You can also try doing a couple of yawns, like a silent yawn, like that, before you start speaking. Okay, try that to get a nice resonant voice because you want a nice relaxed throat area. Don't want to feel any tension around your vocal cords. The next thing you can do is focusing on your mouth area, which is your lips your jaw, and your tongue. Now these three things, your lips, your jaw, and your tongue, three of them work in unison, and that's how your speech gets produced. So you want to ensure that you're articulating all your oral muscles when you're speaking. And if you've been told that you're a mumbler, to stop mumbling or to speak louder, before you start increasing your volume or trying to force to speak louder, all you have to do is try to open your mouth. That means drop your jaw a lot more and seeing how clear you can sound. A good tip is like 2 finger space, so as wide as that. So if you don't have to speak with a mouth that's very wide open, but it's good practice if you're going to read something to try to open your mouth as much as you can. That really helps you with your clarity of speech, and that will help you a lot if people call you a mumbler. That was point number 4. Now, point number 5 are your eyes. What's so exciting about the eyes? Now, your eyes are very important in conveying the meaning of what you're going to say. No doubt they don't convey a voice, but they convey lots of meaning. So fleeting eyes like this around the room is really quite distracting, as opposed to a fixed eye gaze. Now, obviously, you don't want to be staring at one person, so you can sweep around the room gently and slowly, but not in a fast sweeping gaze. Okay, just be quite wary of that, what you're doing. If you're talking one-to-one, you do have your moments when you have to flick and think or imagine or anything like that. You know, you have to do your gazes here and there, but ensure that they're not away all the time. Maintain as much as possible eye contact with your speaker, because that builds trust, that builds confidence, and that helps you come across as more trustworthy for sure. Okay, that's number 5. Point number 6 is movement. So at the moment I'm not moving because I'm sitting and recording myself, but have you seen speakers? Sometimes, you know, they're stuck to one corner of the stage or one corner of the room when they're presenting. Or have you seen speakers when they kind of move up and down when they're talking? Now, both are not recommended. So you don't want to be stuck in one place and just sounding boring and delivering the same message. Neither do you want to pace up and down when you're delivering an important message. You can take your time to pace, walk through that side of the room, connect with this audience that side of the room, connect to the audience middle side and to the left side. Okay, take your time to walk around the room. However, when you are delivering an important point, huge content, something's really important, you want to stop, stand where you are, and emphasize your point. Okay, pauses in speech, pauses in movement help to punctuate your important point, like how I just did. Alrighty, so movement, that is number 6. Number 7 is gestures. You would have seen my hands move, there you go, move here and there sometimes when we're talking. Now, people just get worried about like gestures, you know, how much is too much? Am I doing way too much? Am I doing not enough? I reckon rule of thumb, you know, gestures are influenced by cultural backgrounds as well. So I guess a rule of thumb is if you find it distracting to yourself, if you find that you're doing this a lot and you are getting distracted in your whole movement, like what I'm doing right now, now that is way too much. If you're trying to make a point once in a while, hand goes there, you're pointing or you're going, don't know, that's actually acceptable. So it makes your talk a little bit interesting. It doesn't have to be just boring and just face to face and just staccato or without any hands. You can use some hands as long as it's not distracting for yourself and for your listener. So those are 7 points. I'll quickly summarize them. Number 1 is breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. Remember that. Number 2 is posture. You want to ensure that you're standing or sitting and not locking your legs. Number 3, relaxed throat area. Do a couple of yawns, couple of smiles to get a nice resonant voice. Number 4, your mouth, your lips, your tongue, your jaw. So you want to practice on speaking with opening your mouth a little bit more to enunciate every letter, every sound that you're speaking. Number 5 is eye contact. So maintain an eye contact with your audience. Don't fleet too much, a little bit would be great. Number 6, movement. You can walk up and down your stage, your room, your wherever you're presenting, but do not pace way too quick. And pause, punctuate a point, emphasize the point, do not move. Okay. Number 7 is gestures. Use gestures as long as you feel they're not distracting. Certainly don't stick your hands in your pockets. Certainly don't clasp your hands at the back or do anything else strange which will affect your body posture, but just use them to, as long as you're feeling comfortable. Okay, well, enjoy them, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye.